Hello and welcome to week 20, piece 39 of the Wall of Stitches Crochet Along. And this week's piece we're going to be starting with the corded ridge stitch. So this is a really unusual stitch that creates this cord across the front of the fabric, but is unusual in that you never turn. Even though we're working in rows, we are never going to turn our work. So to start this piece, you're going to need a foundation chain of 32.
Okay, so I'm going to ahead and mark the first chain from my hook because I want my turning chain to count as the first stitch of the row. So to start the corded ridge, I'm going to make a double crochet in the fourth chain from my hook. And then for row 1, we're just going to make a double crochet in each stitch across. So the corded ridge is made up of double crochet rows and single crochet rows. But the important thing about this stitch is that you never turn. So even though we're working in rows, we are never going to turn our work. Hit. So we'll just get to the end of this row with the double crochet. And then I'll show you how that works. Yep, so we are. Okay, so end of row 1, double crochet. So row 2, we're only going to work in the front loop only of the row. So it does take a bit of getting used to, making sure where your hook is going. So maneuvering your hook round with the loop, insert your hook into the front loop only of that first stitch, yarn over, pull through the one loop. That's the one at the back. So these 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. Okay, so we're leaving a loop unused, and we're just going to put the stitch marker through the unused loop because we're going to need that in a bit. And then we're going to do the same across the entire row. So going backwards, insert your hook into the front loop only, yarn over, pull through the 1 loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So hook into that first loop. It helps if you kind of get a finger to pull that loop backwards, that front loop, yarn over, pull through that loop, 1 loop, leaving 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, and this is creating the corded ridge on the front. Hook into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Pull that second loop backwards, yarn over, pull through 2. And so it takes a bit of getting used to, but does work and creates this cord on the front. Yarn over, pull through. Ooh. Let's undo that one. Yarn over into the front loop only. Pull that down. And pull through 2. Okay, so this is the cord here. This is the unused loop at the back. And this cord is just going to come forward and create a ridge right on the front of your fabric. Okay, so it's just, you keep going. All the way across the row. And then when you get to the final stitch, you do the same into just, this is the turning chain from the row below, so you only go through one loop of that turning chain, and we do the same thing. And there we go. So the cord will come more obvious in the next row. And row 3 is a row double crochet, and we're going to be making those double crochet in the unused loops. So we're going to chain 1, again no turning, yarn over, and you're going to go into the unused loop of that turning chain from the row below and make a double crochet. So I'm going to move the stitch marker up. Go, and then you're just going to make a double crochet in each of the unused loops from row 1, from the row below even. Okay, so you only made your reverse single crochet in the front loop. We're now going to make our double crochet in the back loop. And just double crochet in each stitch across. So once we've made this row, we'll be able to see that corded ridge much better. Fill the way across, and the last stitch of the row you also make a double crochet in that unused loop, which we marked, and there we go. Okay, so there's your corded ridge. It sticks up like that.
Okay.
And it can look a little messy at times, but it's got quite a big ridge on it. And it's all just through using reverse single crochet in the front loop only. To complete the corded ridge piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 until you have 13 rows in total. Once you finish row 13, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for this piece, you're going to make a single crochet in each stitch across the top and bottom to give you 30 stitches on each edge. And down the sides, you're going to make 2 single crochet into the side of every odd numbered row and 1 single crochet into the side of every even numbered row. Then add your extra stitch in the corners for the turn, and that's round 1 complete. And then you can go ahead and add rounds 2 and 3 as well. Once you've finished the third round of your border, cut off and weave in your ends, and then you're going to be joining this piece to the spiked V piece that we did last week. So then it's time to move on to our next piece, which we're using the cross ripple stitch for. I shall see you in the next video for that.